I fell in love with walking and I haven't run in a few months. You wanna know why? What's so good about walking? Let's talk about it. Running helped me cope with the emotional ups and downs of COVID, and I will always be grateful for my ability to run, to use it as a tool, and for all the lessons that it has taught me during those crazy years. I ran 5 half marathons in the span of 9 months, which was my most active time period. These are my stats from my Map My Run app. As you can see, I'm not a fast runner. That was never that important to me. I just enjoyed running, especially long distances. As we all know, running has so many mental and physical benefits. I'm not going to deny them. This is the form of exercise that gives me the most mental boost. Every time I run, I feel that I can conquer the whole world. I feel powerful, I feel strong, I feel that everything is fine in the world. So yeah, no question about that. The second best for me is cold plunge, which I can talk about in another video. There were 4 things that made me question whether I could sustain running over a long period of time. The first one was this notion of always having to aim for more. Run faster, run longer, run more miles per month. I was a member of a Facebook running group and also the Map My Run app community, and it was wonderful to be a part of these groups of like-minded people. We supported each other and it was truly amazing. But then I kept thinking, like, what is the point of competing with ourselves and each other? We keep improving, but is there an end goal? Like, is it ever going to be enough? And it didn't feel right to me. And I kept thinking about Wayne Dyer, who used to run for 10 or 20 years, I can't remember, without skipping a day, but eventually he switched to yoga, so I figured there has to be a reason for that. The second thing that made me question whether running would be a good lifestyle choice for me was the likelihood of getting injured. I understand that some people go through life and then they run every day and they don't have any problems. They have the right technique and the right posture and everything, but I was not one of those people, unfortunately. I just had a minor injury, and it's not what stopped me from running eventually. I just had this like shin splints, and I bought a roller foam that helped me with it. But I remember one night I was actually running a half marathon, and I was like dragging my right feet. I don't know what happened there. And there was this young guy with his friends on the other side of the street, and he was mocking me, he was making fun of me, he was actually like copying me, like running in that funny way. And I was thinking, I'm like, dude, you have no idea, I'm almost at the end of my half marathon here, like, what do you know? But it made me think, I'm like, this is not cool. If it's like so visible that I'm suffering, that's not right. So yeah, injuries can happen, unfortunately. The third thing that started bothering me after a while was the fact that I always had to plan for my run. After my run, I had to wash my hair and take a shower, which took time. And if I ran every day, I felt that my hair was getting drier too, so it was not ideal either. And the last thing that made me question whether I could sustain running over a long period of time was the law of diminishing returns, which means that there is a point on a production curve where additional output will result in loss. How does that translate to running? According to statistics, ideally we should run 2 to 5 times a week only, and no more than 10 to 15 miles per week, with a pace of 10 minutes per mile. So basically less is more. I understand that active runners are not aligned with this theory or study, depends on how you look at it, but I feel that it is true. I still run sometimes, but much less frequently than I did in the past. So now let's talk about how I got into walking. I joined this company challenge that we had back in February or March. It was a step challenge, and yeah, I was really surprised by how much I enjoyed walking, and that was my first taste of it, really. I mean, you know, we are always walking, but being intentional about it, that was different. There were days when I walked like 23,000 steps a day. It was crazy. What do I love about it? So first of all, you can just wear your regular clothes, no prep needed. You put on your shoes and you are out the door. You can combine running with other activities, for example, dog walking or grocery shopping. I don't have a dog, but I remember when I used to live closer to a grocery store and I had a smaller shopping list, I would put on my backpack and I would walk to the grocery store, which was only 1.7 miles away. It was a great exercise. My hair salon is a mile away from me, and I walked there last time when my car broke down and it was at the mechanic. But my favorite thing to do, which is going to sound weird, is to take my trash to the designated area by walking. We don't have trash cans in front of our house, so we have to take them to a place where everything is collected, which makes sense though, because then it doesn't smell in front of the house, so I kind of like it. But the satisfaction that I'm getting from combining two things, like walking first thing in the morning and then getting rid of the trash, which is like a household chore, is amazing. I love it. I also find walking to be very therapeutic. I can be alone with my own thoughts. I can enjoy nature much more. Like, for example, I always go on these nature walks. If you wanna see what I did a couple of weeks ago, here's the link to my nature walk video. If you watch my nature video, you're gonna see that I was missing the turtles that day, but fortunately I found them yesterday, so yay! And I also find walking to be inspirational. I often listen to podcasts or audiobooks on my walks, and I can learn a lot, and I have new ideas, even ideas for future YouTube videos. So yeah, I really enjoy it. Walking is a great opportunity to strengthen our relationships with our loved ones, friends or family, and colleagues as well. I often go on walks with my coworkers during our lunch break, and I'm so happy because my daughter got into walking as well, and it's such a precious time when we go on an evening walk and we share our thoughts and feelings with one another. It's a special bonding time for us, so yeah. It's amazing. These are the things that I wanted to share with you today. Hopefully, I'm gonna see you on the walking trail. Have a good day. Bye.